to the League Mates podcast. This is your favorite host, Chewy.
Hi, I'm probably somebody's favorite host, John.
What's up, guys? It's Logan.
Utter disappointment. Oh, I love it here. So today we've got a few things.
What?
Raise your hand if you want to talk.
Okay.
So we started using a new app to record.
Not a new rap, but a new app, new service.
Correct.
I'm fine.
Hopefully the quality is much better for you guys. And we're going to get right into it. I think Chewy's going to lead us off with some of the news that's been going on.
Some of the news. Boy, what an off season we've already had. Okay, for starters, I'm fucking ready for football to come back.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm definitely going to be watching the UFL.
We'll see about that. Anyway, we're going to talk some off-season trades. Any of you that are following us on social saw that I got to meet Will Howard, and those two LPBs didn't go to Indianapolis, so they didn't get to meet him.
That is a fact, unfortunately. I used to live there, not at the right time.
Yeah.
Clearly. Will Howard, he's fucking tall. He had like an entire foot on me, which is
not
bonkers.
I mean, it's just that I tried to tell you guys, all jokes aside, because Chewy is short, but all jokes aside, I tried to describe to you guys like how physically impressive Will Howard was. He's a national champion. He's 6'4", 220 pounds. Like, he didn't look great in the combine, and I agree with that, but you can't take away, like, you've seen in a system where he knows everybody, it's a national championship team.
Yeah. Oh, I also met Emeka Egbuka. I met both of them. So that was cool.
Hate you.
Very discreet, John. Thank you.
I just had a slight throat tickle. My apologies.
We're going to kick it off. So while I was sitting at this, it was something watch bar in Indianapolis. It was more of like a B-dubs, but more focused on the drinks than the food. It was super dope. That place was awesome. Loved it. Anyway, that was when the first big offseason news came in. Deebo Samuel got traded to the fucking Commanders for a 5th round pick.
I thought they overpaid for him.
I don't know, man. A 5th round's not. It's not that crazy. I'm surprised he went for as low as a 5th. Only because the hype surrounding Deebo. I agree with you, John, on the fact that, like, he's not really shown anything.
Yeah.
But
I agree with that.
I've just noticed that since he had his one big season like 3 or 4 years ago, he's just been on a steady decline. Kind of remind me a little bit of Tyreek. And then, okay, Tyreek's ready to leave Miami, but then he's not. We knew Deebo wanted out of San Francisco. He finally gets it, goes to a great team, but, like, is it too late? Like, did San Francisco use the best of Deebo?
This will be the season we find out. So the next news that I have in my Photos app, the Eagles released 6-time Pro Bowl cornerback Darius Slay. Kind of saw that one coming from a mile away, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I think he was lucky to have a roster spot this season, truthfully.
He played great. I just don't think the Eagles, now seeing what they did with Saquon, I think they were trying to clear up cap room to make room for Saquon's extension.
they have the talent to do so now too. Like they didn't know that Cooper DeJean was going to come out and be like, "Oh shit, this guy can fucking ball."
Right? They didn't know that about Quinyon Mitchell either. They got two great DBs in
Right.
the draft.
So they're plenty fine. Next up, T. Higgins gets franchise tagged, and on the
Uh,
same note, Jamar Chase and the Bengals remain far apart on a contract extension.
oh no, T got franchise tagged again. Who would have
Yeah,
guessed?
we knew that was
Yeah.
coming. Um, the Cowboys paid Osa Odigizua a fucking bag. 4 years, 80 million, 58 million guaranteed. Um, I'm not surprised. The Cowboys pay everybody,
Yeah.
so that's
Did
not
you
really
mention
news.
Barkley's contract extension?
Not yet. I wanted to kind of like put that at the tail.
Yeah.
Probably
But
be the
since you're
last one to
talking
talk
about
about.
it, Saquon Barkley. We all know him. We all love him. Saquon 2K.
I just got a dog and named him after him.
That's because you're a homo. Anyway, you might have to bleep that. Whatever. Brock Purdy's starting offer for his contract extension is $45 million a year, which I don't mean to be the one to say it, but I told you both so, that he was not going to get a highest paid quarterback contract.
Yeah.
I believe it was you, Logan, that said that they were going to send him every dime that they could.
I
Did
said
I?
I was in between based on what they did with the roster.
I am going strictly off memory, and mine is not that great. So, do with
I
that
don't
what you
remember
will.
what I said.
Today's news: Max Crosby got his bag, $106 million extension, making him the highest paid non-QB in NFL history, which is weird for somebody who didn't want to be in Las Vegas anymore.
I don't know. You throw $100 million at me. I might stay in Las Vegas for 3 years. Was it?
If I got $100 million in Vegas, it'd be gone that weekend.
Okay, well, that's you.
So don't give Logan $100 million.
Yeah, ever.
In Vegas, or anywhere for that matter.
Someone's
Howie
offering up
Roseman is
$100 million.
willing to move. Oh, I forgot about this. Howie Roseman is willing to move on from some starters to make a big swing for Browns defensive end Myles Garrett. That is per Diana Rossini.
That would be something else.
And I'm not going to talk about the alleged Packers trade offer to the one place, Seattle, because there's rumors that that's just not the case. So we're going to leave that be for now.
Yeah, we'll see if that's true in the next couple of weeks, huh?
That we will. Oh, and in semi-NFL related news, my dad is Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Did we put that picture on our Facebook, or do they have no idea what we're talking about?
No, it'll be posted tonight or tomorrow.
Very similar.
I gotta crop this. I gotta do some edits to this before I can do that. My dad looks more like Ryan Fitzpatrick than Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, like, who's that Pokemon?
That's Pikachu.
It's
Ryan
the Bears
Fitzpatrick.
are actually getting some tools on offense to protect the quarterback.
Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
It's literally what's happening. And might I add...
Okay, just because they signed Joe Thuney.
They traded for. Man. Traded for. Did not sign. Traded for.
Whatever. Well, I mean, there's a signing in there, right? He still had to sign the fucking contract.
Not unless they just took over his original contract.
He still
I
has
don't
to
care what
sign
they
it
do.
for. I believe he
Get
still has
some
to sign it
people.
for.
Get some
Okay.
people on offense to protect
Anyway,
the quarterback, and they are for not very like what they're getting them for is respectable. Like they're not overpaying.
I would agree with that, but here's my question that both of you are waiting for now that we bring this up. So it's great that Chicago is actually doing something. Ben Johnson is actually doing something to build an offensive line. Um, we we've all seen, three of us specifically, because we're all NFC North fans. One of us is gay, and the other two like Green Bay.
Thanks.
You can cut that out. You can cut that out. That
No,
was
you
me, and I
can't. Leave it in.
apologize.
Leave it in.
However, we've seen the curse of quarterbacks in Chicago. I saw flashes from Caleb Williams last year that tells me he maybe could be that guy. My biggest question is Chicago has gotten a lot of things right every year. You know, they're not a good team, but last year they had a great defense. There was a while there they did have a good offense with Jay Cutler and I forget the guy's name. I'm going to say Alshon Jeffries, but that might be wrong. And of course, at one point they had Devin Hester. What if it's the problem in Chicago isn't talent, it's just genuine bad coaching at the quarterback position? Like, no matter who they hire, no matter who they think, like, it's just genuine bad judgment on quarterback coaches.
Could be.
Okay, so that's what I've been saying that I think it is for years. It's bad coaching. It's a bad locker room. It's not necessarily that they don't have talent, but it's not there. As far as the coaching or the locker room and the staff or the owners or whoever it might be, they're missing that moxie.
I don't know. I guess we'll see what Ben Johnson does this year with that offense.
And don't get me wrong, there's stuff that Caleb has to work on too. A lot, like everybody blames it on the offensive line, but if you go back and watch some of them games, he holds onto the ball way too long, and he needs to work on getting that ball out.
To.
He needs to learn that not every play needs to be a touchdown. Not something I need to learn in playing Madden. Not every time I'm on offense, that play has to be a touchdown.
I also think that he wasn't confident with being protected, so he was scrambling before he necessarily had to try to avoid it.
He was seeing ghosts.
Yeah.
He was already feeling pressure because he was so used to being pressured.
I know a quarterback that's been like that. Sam Darnold.
Guy who's got a really good chance of going out and getting paid.
Actually.
Yeah, bro, actually, what?
Yeah.
Next question.
He didn't get tagged, so...
Yeah, but I don't want to say anything until we know.
Look, he's, regardless of where he goes, whether he stays in Minnesota or he goes and starts for another team, he's going to get paid.
I thought he got released from Minnesota.
No, he just didn't get franchise tagged. So if they don't get a deal, he becomes a free agent.
I'm looking this up right now. Because they might have let him go at this point. The deadline's passed, so we know he's not getting tagged.
I feel like that would be pretty big news if he got cut. I don't think that'd be something we'd have to look up.
No, it's not a cut. They didn't tag him, and now free agency has started. So he's a free agent.
What I just said.
Is that what you said? Is that?
Yes. He's either going to get paid by Minnesota or he's going to get paid by somebody else.
Yeah, I don't think Minnesota is going to jump back on that train because of J.D. McCarthy. They're going to they're going to start him.
I disagree with you.
You think they're going to sign Sam Darnold or pay him?
I wouldn't be surprised if they signed him to a 2-year deal to give JJ time, because he's coming off a pretty significant knee injury, and we saw what happens with older quarterbacks that try and come back from significant injuries, and Kirk Cousins and Aaron Rodgers. Very not impressive. So if they give their young guy time to heal, and we know, hey, this guy can win us 12 games and get us to the playoffs every year, while our young guy not only develops behind him, but heals behind him. Okay, now you got the best out of Sam Darnold. Send him away in a trade for some picks, or even just let him walk. And then you got JJ, who's ready to go, a lot like what happened with Jordan Love.
I mean, I see that.
Just a thought. Not saying Sam Darnold is as good as Aaron Rodgers was, but he did win 12 games. He did take him to the playoffs. I mean,
it's true.
Be not a bad guy to learn behind. Spent time in San Francisco with Kyle Shanahan, behind Brock Purdy, behind Jimmy Garoppolo, who was also a playoff contender every year. Sam Darnold might not be as bad as we all thought.
Well, he wasn't until he got factory reset by the Lions.
That's true.
That is true.
That actually leads me into my surprise segment that I didn't tell you guys about, because I want this to be genuine reactions and give an actual blank thought. I don't know how else to say that.
Okay.
But I am going to go through this list of current NFL free agents. I'm going to pick a couple here and there. I want you guys to tell me where you think said person is going to go, or sign, who they'll end up signing with.
Okay.
I like that.
And we're going to start it off. We're going to start it off with a hot one. Stephon Diggs.
Ooh.
I know where he's going to go. In my head, at least. Obviously, it's not guaranteed, but...
John?
No.
Yes. This is my game.
Okay.
Well,
this is a long shot. I got one. Shut up, Chewy. I got one. So this is a long shot, and nothing has come out from Stephon Diggs' camp saying what he wants to play for, whether he wants a check, whether he wants to play for a Super Bowl, what have you, coming off a significant knee injury. The Patriots have over $100 million in cap, and they need somebody reliable and has been in the league for Drake May. So I don't see. I'm not saying this is okay. I'm not going to say this is what's going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised.
But this is your pick
and I
for the sake of right now.
I wouldn't hate it, and I wouldn't be surprised if Stephon Diggs ended up in New England. Because in New England, if memory serves me correct, he's going to get a shot at Buffalo.
Twice a year, even.
That leads me into mine. I think the Chiefs are going to try to get him.
I
can see that.
I don't hate that, but I think the Chiefs are gunning for a different veteran receiver who is also a free agent.
Maybe.
Now, this doesn't necessarily apply to the current person I'm talking about, but don't forget that retirement is still an option.
It's true.
That's right.
And wait, if I remember correctly, isn't he coming off an injury from the middle of last season?
Yes.
I
We're
think
not going to
we're
bring
all
that up any
talking
further
about
than
different
what we're
people.
talking about right fucking now.
You're right, he is, because I traded him to Chewy. That's right. I remember.
Okay.
Who'd you give me for that again? Oh,
Devontae
Adams.
That leads me into
Yeah.
my next free agent, Davante Adams. Actually, real quick, Stephon Diggs is going to stay in Houston. That's my pick. Go ahead, Davante Adams. Logan, you get to start this time because John did last time, and your PP poo poo butt LPB.
Davante Adams is 100%. It didn't wait.
The Jets released him.
I know, because he's a free agent.
No shit. That's how that works.
Yeah, but never mind. I don't know. Here's a hot take. Imagine he gets back with the Packers.
It's a strong
that's
possibility.
Not a hot take. That's kind of been talked about, yeah.
I would welcome him back with open arms.
I also would.
I love Devontae.
I see that happening. I think that's where he's going to go anyway.
I'm gonna pick some harder people here too.
Let's see, Romeo Doubs, who had multiple injuries, and Christian Watson, who just needs to be wrapped in bubble wrap.
Oh, that's a good one too. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 or 3 like per position here until I decide that we're done. There won't be that many, but thinking somewhere between 5 and 10 players here. All right, John, Davante Adams, where do you think he's going?
I wouldn't be surprised if he lands with probably if Los Angeles can't trade for DK, then I wouldn't be surprised if they go out and got Davante Adams. Chargers.
I
forgot there was 2 LA teams.
Right now. All right. I don't hate that. I think he's going to spend some time in Green Bay. I don't know necessarily as a on the roster player. This could be just off-season time or just talking with some of the guys there. Or maybe it's, interviewing with the team. Who knows? Like workouts and shit. But I don't have any sort of clue into where he's going because of he could go to any of the 32 NFL teams that aren't the Jets, or 31 teams that aren't the Jets.
Or the Raiders. He already hates it there. He left there for a reason.
That's true, but if Rodgers does go to Las Vegas, I wouldn't be that surprised to see him there again.
I would be very surprised to see him in the Raiders uniform again.
Anyway, on to number 3. It's another wide receiver. It'll be the last receiver that I pick in this whole ordeal. Amari Cooper.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Isn't it? 31 years old. And never really been as good as Devontae, who is 32, by the way. Son, you get to start us off.
No.
Yes.
What if San Francisco signs him on a 1-year veteran deal? Like the league minimum for a vet.
I think it'd be like 30 mil. Might be that 26 too. I don't know if T got a veteran deal.
No, not Chewy. No, not Amari Cooper's minimum, like league minimum. Like this is the lowest you can pay a vet. And that's what they signed him to, just like Russ did when he went to Pittsburgh.
Maybe.
They just got rid of Debo. They have Jawan Jennings. They're willing to trade Brandon
Oh, so you're
Ayuk
saying
if they make a
like a
deal for Ayuk.
it's 1.2 million, by the way.
Yes, like a league minimum prove yourself, and if you prove yourself, maybe we'll give you a 2-year extension on the end of it.
Maybe.
I don't see San Francisco doing that. I think they're way more worried about paying Brock Purdy, but
Yeah, but
just a thought.
they're gonna have to figure something
Or maybe
out.
the Rams.
It depends on what they do with Cup, I think. Anyway, Logie Pokey Bear, LPB for short. It also has another meaning.
I
You
think
can find that meaning in one of our recent podcasts.
You can.
I think it goes to whoever has the most cap space that needs a receiver. So obviously the Patriots are back up for discussion.
You know what?
I don't hate that answer. I
I
really wish
also-
that I did.
You can call me a casual, but I also didn't know Amari Cooper was a free agent after this year.
Yeah, he only signed he had a 1-year deal. He got traded. Or it was like the end of his contract, and I think the contract just transferred over to Buffalo.
Gotcha.
All right. We're going to move to the defensive side of the ball. One of John's favorite linebackers, Dre Greenlaw. Which means, John, you get to kick it off because I said so, and you don't get to say no.
Isn't he older? And he coming
28.
off another injury? Didn't he get hurt again this year?
Torn Achilles. He missed most of 24 on the Achilles tendon.
Retire, yeah. Because I think he got
2
hurt
retires.
again.
Yeah. I don't think he retires. Not at 28.
No, but he might get
I
a
think he
small
goes
deal
over-
somewhere.
I was going to say, I think he goes over to the AFC somewhere that needs a linebacker where he knows he's going to get some play time. Be able to make an impact. We're gonna shift into another linebacker that I didn't know was a free agent. Nick Bolton. Logan, it's your turn to start us off.
Okay. Nick Bolton.
You know what team he plays for?
Wasn't he a Chiefs?
Yeah, you got lucky.
No, it's just called basic knowledge.
I don't know. I bet if I asked my 4-year-old, he wouldn't know.
What if he... I think he'll go to the Raiders.
A Chief to the Raiders never feels right, does it?
No, absolutely not. But you know what I do like though?
Probably the next free agent I'm going to mention.
No.
No, you're going to be pretty upset by the next one I tell you. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
I do like a Chief going to the Bears.
In Nick Bolton?
What? No, in Joe Thuney.
Oh, you're Joe Thuney. Joe Thuney. I hate you. John?
I think Kansas City pays him.
I do too. I think they're just going to let him test out the free agent market and then offer him a deal that he's like, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. This one is just for shits and giggles because my answer is probably the right answer. Khalil Mack, edge rusher, age 34. Guys, this is an easy one. This is the easiest one.
Yeah,
He's probably going to retire.
probably gone.
If
He's
if
made
he's not
his money.
if he's not re-signing like on a 1 or 2 year deal with LA, I think he's done.
I can see him going to the Rams.
Yeah, but that wouldn't require him to move or anything like that. So like that would make sense also.
I mean, the only other places I see, like, think about teams where linebackers go to die, like the Panthers or Tampa, like guys that are just chasing that one last good year out of that stud middle linebacker. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Man. I'm going to give an honorable mention real quick to Marquise Brown.
Hollywood,
Just because
one of my favorite players when he was coming into the league, and he just didn't pan out like he was supposed to. He had great seasons, and he got hurt one time and just couldn't. Once Baltimore gave up on him, that was it. He had that one good season in Arizona, and then after that, it was just
it was tough. All right, now
I really like him coming out.
Quiet your pee sucker. I have the next one picked, and then I want you real quick to both agree on a number, 1 to 100, and that'll be how I determine the last player. Hurry up, go fast.
69.
Logan, you laughed. That's an agreement. All right, so Najee Harris.
Oh.
Pay him.
They're not gonna.
Okay. Somebody say some words, please.
Okay, so unfortunately, Jonathan Brooks' career is probably over in Carolina. And it seems like after them paying Chuba, they were looking for that 1-2 punch. Maybe they try and go get Najee, the big bruiser, back.
I kind of like that take.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was just trying to think. I don't know.
Actually,
anywhere else.
I'll give my hot take after Logan says where he thinks.
I
mean, if you don't have any idea or any sort of ideas where you think he might go, that's an acceptable answer.
Yeah, I don't. So I'm just going to agree with John because it makes sense.
Las Vegas.
They really
missed on running back last season, and they're probably not going to waste a first-round pick on Genty, and he won't be there for him in the second, unless they trade up for him. I think that Najee Harris is a very viable free agent target for them.
You know what, Chewy? I don't disagree with you. Actually, over my own pick.
It makes a lot of sense when you
that makes the most sense.
Put it into perspective.
Yeah.
And Las Vegas always feels like that team that they just need that 1 or 2 missing pieces, but they need it for the entire season, every season, and just can't get them. But yeah, as soon as I saw that he was a free agent, I was like, even if Pittsburgh signs Najee, I still think
Dallas?
Vegas could target him in a trade. Dallas is in a good position to draft Ashton Genty.
Well, they are, but if they can sign Najee and then replace Zach Martin with their first-round pick.
Sure. Before I don't want to say anybody's going anywhere for Dallas until I see more of what they're talking about. Like this, how did they say it? The fucking...
Aggressively selective, I think.
Yeah, selectively aggressive.
Yeah, whatever.
I think that'll be a big factor. Also, I'm not going with the 69th rank. That's just 69th ranked on this list because it's Mike Williams, wide receiver, and nobody gives a shit where he goes.
Then why'd you give us 1 to 100?
Because that was.
You should have given us like the top 25.
All right, pick a number 1 through 25.
Not my turn.
7.
Logan. We might have already done 7. We did not. Carlton Davis, cornerback, was on the Detroit Lions. And I think he could make a huge impact anywhere he goes.
I don't know because I haven't heard anything on him.
I also am unsure because I'm not.
I've been hearing a lot of stuff about like DJ Reed.
He's on this list, but I didn't want to talk about him because he's such a high profile guy. He's ranked 9. But we'll see where he goes. I think Carlton Davis might end up staying in Detroit. They might be working out a contract for him.
There's a good chance because, like I said, I haven't heard anything.
Like a little 4-year deal, round out his career. I think that would make a lot of sense. So that's the end of our game. Nobody won. It wasn't a game you can win. So if that's what you were looking for, look somewhere else.
All right.
Yeah. All righty then.
Other than that, hey, Luna, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Luna is my dog. She's an asshole. Nobody cares. Fuck, I had another idea for something to talk about, and I lost it.
Logan, do you have anything for trade or no trade, maybe?
Oh, yeah. Sure do.
Everybody's favorite segment.
It's the only fucking segment we have. So I guess by default, that makes it the favorite. We need to get Twisted Tea to sponsor the podcast.
Prefer Coors Light.
Yeah, but I'm out of Twisted Teas and I want to keep drinking them. You see my dilemma?
All right. That's unfortunate.
You're telling me.
All right, Logan, what you got?
Jonathan Taylor, Jalen McMillan, Roma Doomsday. A second round, 9th overall, for McLaurin.
Say it right.
J-Mo.
I'm just kidding.
J-Mo and Bigsby for a round 1 pick 1.
No deal.
No deal. You got to come off of way more than that for round 1 pick 1.
No shit.
Yeah, he would send McLaurin and a round 1 for Taylor, McMillan, and our Doomsday.
Oof.
Doesn't.
You mean Jalen McMillan? Good try, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why that was even a thing that they accepted, but it was accepted.
That was an accepted trade? Oh my god.
Yes, that's
Fire
crazy.
That man.
Give me his franchise and the pick pack. Where that trade doesn't exist anymore. I bought the franchise before that happened.
This one's a pretty good one. Zay Flowers and a round 4 pick 2 for Ayuk and a round 2 pick 11.
I don't hate that.
No, I do hate that because I mean Brandon Ayuk, he's not even going to play till halfway through next year. Just like he did this year. He's got no training camp, no conditioning. He's going to come back, try and play, and has a very high chance of just getting hurt again. No, give me Zay Flowers, guy that played all the way through the playoffs.
That's who I thought we were saying in favor was the whoever traded for Zed. All right, whoever got Zay Flowers in the deal won that trade.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
And it's not even close.
Here's one that I don't really understand, but it okay, I kind of understand it. Anyway, I'll let you guys decide. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Kind of the point of the game.
For Alvin Kamara and a round 1 pick 1.
Just so I'm clear, I'm getting Jahmyr Gibbs or I'm giving away Kamara and pick 1.
For this instance, to make it interesting, you give away Gibbs.
And no deal.
That made that a lot harder. I have so many more.
Well,
is this
I don't know. Round 1,
this
pick
is
1.
a dynasty? Okay, hold on. This is a dynasty, and I'm giving away Gibbs for Kamara and pick 1.
Yes.
Yes, I would do that.
With a running back heavy draft.
Yes, I would do, and that was going to be my point because the running back class is so deep, and there's so many guys that are going to go to their teams and be like that guy. I would absolutely take that pick. I would absolutely, I would absolutely do that. And because even if I miss, Alvin Kamara is a PPR god. So, and I know he's got at least one more year in him, and then I can revisit that issue next year.
Yeah,
that's fair.
So, yes, I would trade away Jahmyr Gibbs for Alvin Kamara, round 1, pick 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so from the other side of the ball, would you accept the trade? You're giving away Kamara in the round 1 for Gibbs?
Yes, if I'm getting Gibbs, absolutely.
In a dynasty,
obviously. Yeah, I don't think there's a loser in this trade, honestly. That's it.
No, there's really not.
When I first
if that
looked
trade
at it,
came across in our league, I would be like, goddamn, right on, guys.
Yeah, when I first looked at it, it didn't make much sense to me. But as soon as I thought about it and we talked about it, it makes a lot more sense now because either way, you're either getting Gibbs or you're getting a round 1 pick 1 to get whatever running back you want if you don't want Kamara.
And if this is a dynasty league, though, right?
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, you get your pick of the litter with the rookies. And there's I can think of 5 off the top of my head that you could take and probably not go wrong. Even if they're not great this year, in the upcoming years, they'll be the next Alvin Kamara or Jahmyr Gibbs.
Right. So how about this one? This one's going to throw you for a whirl.
All right, this has to be the last one because I'm getting tired.
This will be the last one. Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Joe Mixon, round 1, pick 12 for Jamar Chase.
Where am I at?
You would give away Chase.
No, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely not.
No, dude, what do you mean? No.
Fuck you.
The first 2 guys you listed didn't even combine for close to what fucking Chase is going to put up and has put up.
So what you're doing there is you're trading me 3 guys that could end up in a nursing home in 5 years and round 1 pick 12, which isn't bad, for arguably the number 1 receiver in fantasy football.
Round 1 pick 12.
It's not even arguable. What do you mean? So it's not even arguable.
It is the last pick of the first round.
Oh, great. So I get the scraps around 1 that nobody else wanted.
That was a trade that also was accepted.
That was stupid.
Wild.
That was fucking stupid.
I lied. This is going to be the last one because it also has Jamar Chase in it, and I feel like this one will be a little better.
Oh, let's
I
hear
bet I'm
it.
still
Hurry
going to
up.
tell you to go fuck yourself.
You will be trading away Jamar Chase and a fourth
No, I'm
round,
not.
fourth pick for
I will not
Ryan
be doing
Thomas
such a
Jr.,
thing.
J-Mo, and Quentin Johnson.
No.
No. Go fuck
That was
yourself.
also a trade that was
Yeah.
accepted.
Well, it shouldn't have been.
So, like, okay, you had me up until you said Quentin Johnston. You mean Quentin drops the ball? No, I don't want him. You're trying to offload your bullshit to me, and I don't want it.
For the best receiver, for the best fantasy receiver in the league.
For the arguably best receiver in fantasy football.
I'm going, like, Jamar Chase in a dynasty league is one I'm going to hold on to until the end of his fucking career.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's the kind of receiver he is.
I will 100% make Jamar Chase the next Megatron if I have to. Like, there's no way I'm giving up Jamar Chase for anything.
No. And, dude, it has to be a fucking primo deal.
I like...
And people just aren't going to fucking offer that. Like, that's the thing.
I really liked the first two, because I had J-Mo this year, and he probably saved me from getting last place. Thanks, Logan. However,
but for Jamar and a fourth?
I can't justify it. Like,
no.
The fact that you're even asking me to add a pick is fucking crazy, because you're asking me for Jamar Chase, but...
And then throwing Quentin fucking Johnson in there? Like, who are
Quentin
you?
drops the ball.
Grow up. Yeah, no, it's just, there's not a world
I would decline
where
that trade. If you guys weren't sure, I would probably decline that.
It's not probably, and I also am in agreement with you, so...
Hey, Logan, get fucked twice.
Yeah. Actually, 3 times, just because.
Well, no, we just simmed a game that our teams were playing in Madden, and I beat him 35-14.
Oh, well, good. He deserved it for throwing those dumbass trades at us.
So, one more question before we'll call this the final question of the night. We're not talking about Dynasty, we're talking about redrafts, no keeper. Jamar Chase or Saquon Barkley, number 1 overall?
Saquon.
Logan? Okay, Chewy, so why would you pick Saquon over Jamar? Just out of curiosity. Because I agree with you, but I want to know why you...
I'm assuming we're not necessarily talking a dynasty league here.
No, I said redraft, 100% redraft, no keeper.
Okay,
this is like the sleeper league this year.
I think Saquon's going to be more valuable to the team overall. He opens the door let me start a little bit fresh here. Running back's a little bit more detrimental of a position, and there's not as much depth that's doing what Saquon's doing as far as numbers are concerned. You can get a wide receiver stack or even 3 guys that are going to make up for that loss and not having Jamar. But you're not going to get 1 or 2 running backs that are going to make up the difference for missing out on Saquon.
I agree. I have a different opinion as to why, but I agree with that. So my thing is, if you had Jamar Chase at the beginning of this season, you were mad. Granted, if you had Joe Burrow like I did in one league at the beginning of the season, I was mad. I was very mad. I ended up winning that league, but the Bengals start slow. I want to come right out of the gate and bag 3 or 4 wins
that's fair.
right off rip. So that way, if I got guys that get hurt, I have a little bit of a cushion till I fill those spots. So the fact that the Bengals start slow, and now my number 1 receiver is starting slow, and because I picked Jamar Chase so high, my other picks they're going to work, but they're not Jamar Chase. So that's why I would pick Saquon over Jamar if I had round 1, pick 1 of a redraft league.
Yeah, I don't hate that. That's a good explanation as well.
No, I think we could definitely fill something in here. Let me go through some of my notifications. Bradley Chubb got an extension. Zach Bond got an extension.
Did we talk about those two are true?
The Jags are cutting Christian Kirk.
Yeah, he was on the free agency list.
And the Seahawks are cutting
Lockett.
And the Seahawks are cutting Tyler Lockett, which sucks because I was a huge Tyler Lockett fan.
I don't think he'll retire. But I also wouldn't be surprised.
I would like to see him too. Like, I think that would be the best for him, but maybe I'm wrong.
Aaron Jones is a free agent. That's pretty huge.
Yeah, but he still might get something.
He will. It'll just depend on where. Hey, go away. The Packers are the greatest team in the NFL of all time, and that's just undisputed. That's probably pretty biased.
Oh, that's a fact.
The NBA is kicking off.
The Super Bowl that every other team plays for is named after our coach, so keep that in mind.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the League Mates podcast. We had some technical difficulties towards the end there, hence the outro not being all of us, just me. But we got it figured out, and as always, we're trying to improve to make the next episode better and better. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening. Have a good day.